Now we will discuss basal metabolic rate. Basal metabolic rate is defined as the amount of heat given out by a subject who, though awake, is lying in a state of maximum physical and mental rest under comfortable conditions of temperature, pressure, and humidity 12 to 18 hours after meal. Normal basal metabolic rate values are healthy adult male is equal to 35 to 38 kilocalories per hour per square meter or 40 kilocalories per square meter per hour, and adult females about 32 to 35 kilocalories per square meter per hour. In other words, it is the energy expenditure necessary to maintain basic physiological functions such as the activity of heart, respiration, conduction of nerve impulses, ion transport across membranes, reabsorption in the kidney, and metabolic activities such as synthesis of macromolecules under standardized conditions. BMR is measured by number 1 directly by calorimeter by measuring the heat dissipated under basal conditions, and number 2 indirectly by measuring oxygen consumption. There are different factors that affect basal metabolic rate, and these factors are divided into invariable and variable factors. Invariable factors include gender and age. Gender: males have slightly higher basal metabolic rate as compared to females due to lower muscle mass and higher percentage of adipose tissues in the females. Sex hormone profile between males and females. Second is age. Decrease in BMR with increasing age due to loss of muscle mass and replacement of muscles and adipose tissues that has lower rate of metabolism. Variable factors: number 1 is the nutritional status. BMR is low in starvation and undernourishment as compared to fed state. Number 2, body size or surface area. It is directly proportional to the surface area of subject. Larger the surface area, greater will be the heat loss, and equally higher will be the heat production and BMR. Body composition. It is proportionate to lean body mass. Lean body mass is equal to body weight minus non-essential weight, that is storage dry cholesterol. Number 4 is the hormonal status. In hyperthyroidism, BMR is higher and less in hypothyroidism, so it will lead to weight gain. Environmental temperature or climate. In colder climates, the BMR is higher, and in tropical climates, the BMR is proportionately low. Certain other conditions like stress, anxiety, diseased states, especially infections, fevers, burns, cancers, increases the BMR. Drugs. Smoking, caffeine, tea increases BMR. Clinical significance. It is used for the diagnosis of thyroid disorders. It is used in calculating caloric requirements and to observe the effect of foods and drugs. Thermogenic effect or the special dynamic action of food. Another factor of energy expenditure is diet-induced thermogenesis, also known as postprandial thermogenesis. This is the energy expended in digestion, absorption, storage, and subsequent processing of food. These processes require energy and generate heat. The effect was produced mainly by metabolic processes of proteins. The consumption of protein produces the greatest increase in energy loss compared to fats or carbohydrates. Physical activity. The energy cost of various activities can be measured by direct or indirect calorimetry. Because of great variations in the amount of physical activity among individuals, This component of energy expenditure is the most important reason for the differences in caloric intake required to maintain energy balance. Individuals with sedentary life, energy is spent on spontaneous physical activity required to maintain muscle tone, body posture, and other states. Environmental temperature, it affects metabolic rate. Low temperature increases energy expenditure by inducing shivering and non-shivering thermogenesis. Shivering provides heat by increasing muscle activity in response to cold stress. Site of non-shivering thermogenesis is brown adipose tissue. This type is stimulated by epinephrine and norepinephrine that in turn increases metabolic activities and leads to heat generation. Non-shivering thermogenesis also serve as a buffer against obesity. Next is the respiratory quotient. It is defined as the ratio of the volume of carbon dioxide produced to the volume of oxygen utilized in the oxidation of food stuff. Mathematically, respiratory quotient is equal to volume of carbon dioxide produced divided by volume of oxygen consumed. Now, respiratory quotient of different food components can be measured as follows. Estimation of respiratory quotient for carbohydrates, that is carbohydrates plus oxygen. The products are, when they are metabolized, the products are carbon dioxide and water. The products of the reaction are balanced with the reactants. So, respiratory quotient in this case can be measured by, according to the formula, volume of carbon dioxide produced, which is 6 in this reaction, divided by volume of oxygen consumed, which is also 6 in that reaction. 6 divided by 6 is equal to 1. So, respiratory quotient in case of carbohydrate is 1. Then respiratory quotient for fats. For example, respiratory quotient for tristearine, that is a triglyceride of stearic acid. Formula of stearic acid is C57H110O6 plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide and water. When the stearic acid is metabolized and the end products become carbon dioxide and water. So, the respiratory quotient in case of fats, again carbon dioxide produced divided by oxygen consumed is equal to 114 divided by 163 is equal to 0.7. Because fat is oxygen poor compound, more oxygen is required to oxidize carbon and hydrogen of fats to produce carbon dioxide and water. So, fats produce less carbon dioxide and consume more oxygen. Therefore, respiratory quotient is less. Then, estimation of the respiratory quotient for proteins. For example, alanine. Again, alanine is metabolized inside the body, and the respiratory quotient measured is, according to the formula, carbon dioxide produced divided by oxygen consumed, which in this case is 5 divided by 6, and this is 0.8. Then respiratory quotient for mixed diet, which contains all three foodstuffs, and it is calculated as 0.85. Now, the factors affecting respiratory quotient. Number 1 is the type of the foodstuff being oxidized. Number 2, the nature of conversion of one foodstuff into another in the body, that is oxygen rich to oxygen poor. For example, when carbohydrates are converted to fats in the body, respiratory quotient rises. When fats are converted to carbohydrates in the body, respiratory quotient falls, or if utilization of fat increases in relation to carbohydrates, the respiratory quotient falls. For example, diabetes mellitus, decreased respiratory quotient when ketolysis is active. Third one is the muscular exercise. Moderate exercise, respiratory quotient remains unaltered. In violent exercises, respiratory quotient increases due to increased lactic acid production in the blood, which causes increased ventilation, leading to release of carbon dioxide outside from the body. Then is the recovery from exercises. Respiratory quotient decreases and goes back to normal. Clinical significance. Importance of determining respiratory quotient. It gives the proportion of the three foodstuffs actively being oxidized in any given period. Number 2, respiratory quotient is very helpful in determining metabolic rate. Number 3, it helps in diagnosis of various pathological conditions. Number 2, conditions associated with rise of respiratory quotient. Number 1, acidosis. During acidosis, carbon dioxide output is greater than oxygen consumption, and hence respiratory quotient increases. Number 2, febrile conditions. Due to increased temperature, that is high grade fever, causes increased breathing. Due to increased carbon dioxide production, and as the carbon dioxide is washed out, so respiratory quotient also increases. Number 3, conditions associated with fall of respiratory quotient. Number 1 is the alkalosis. Respiration is depressed, carbon dioxide is retained, there is decreased carbon dioxide production, and respiratory quotient is decreased. Number 2, diabetes mellitus. Body cannot utilize carbohydrates and mainly fats are utilized, so respiratory quotient decreases. With administration of insulin, in case of diabetes mellitus, carbohydrates are utilized and respiratory quotient is increased. Number 3, starvation. The person has to live on its own body tissues. For initial 1 to 2 days, energy is provided by the stored glycogen. Hence, respiratory quotient rises from 0.85 to about 1 or may remain unaltered. In the later stages, energy is derived from combustion of fats, and hence respiratory quotient falls to about 0.7.